All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Today's date is July 27th, 2021. This is Dr. Ephraim. I'm starting off saying Ahaya by Yeshim, Yeshua, HaMashiach, Baruch Atah Adonai, for now and forever. So if you're listening to the sound of my voice, you are blessed to see another day, and all praise is due to Ahaya for now and forever. All right, today I'm gonna do something a little different because actually it's just kind of weird because I saw something. Someone said that that groundbreaking 3-hour video, comprehensive complete E1B1A video that literally changed the game 6 years ago on January 3rd. I actually seen some comments here and there where people say they've watched pieces here and there, but they haven't seen like the whole 3-hour video. That kind of, I just found that kind of like fascinating. Like, wow, you never seen the whole video? I mean, it's a pretty long video. I mean, even if you had to kind of break it up, but anyway, with that being said, I said, well, you know what? Let me segment it out a little bit. Today I'm going to include an historical segment from that video about the 12 tribes of Israel and what the 12 tribes of Israel look like today. And I talked about the Hamitic DNA a little bit, whatever. And just real quick, let me just correct this now. 6 years ago I was saying that E1B1A was the Y DNA haplotype of Shem, and that was incorrect. It's the Y DNA of Jacob, not Shem. We Negroes come from under the tent of Shem, but so do other groups as well. Dwell under the tents of Shem. So let me just kind of correct that. But yeah, I'm going to include this segment. I think it's a really nice segment, and it kind of made me smile, thinking like, wow, 6 years ago I dropped this, and if you look at all the videos, I mean, all the videos, anyone and everyone talking about E1B1A, the date on their video or their podcast or their whatever came after January 3rd, 2015, as Dr. Yehoshua ben Ephraim is the founder of the E1B1A teaching by grace and mercy of the Most High, no matter who does or doesn't want to give just props or respect due. So you guys enjoy this segment, and until next time, this is Dr. Ephraim signing off. I'm sorry, saying Ahaya by Yeshim, Yeshua HaMashiach, Baruch Atah Adonai. All right, so here we are, the next segment. And as many of you already know, I'm very visual. I like to provide visuals to my presentations. So, I think it's you get more from a visual, actually seeing versus just hearing words, and talking about something. Now, this is a very, this whole presentation is important. But I really want to touch on a lot of things with the whole 12 tribes. And I'm going to keep this and make this as basic genetics 101 as I can, especially considering, I've already done the 12 tribe chart genetic breakdown. So please continue to share that video, and because there's still a whole lot of people out there who just have no clue and don't know the truth about the 12 tribes and everything like that. So there's really no need to try to incorporate a whole bunch of or groups of people who are simply not Israel. They're not Hebrew Israelites. That they do not belong. And I've already covered this. I've covered this in the abstract. If you are not of the Negro E1B1A or any of its subgroups, you are not a Hebrew Israelite. And it's as simple as that. I've already logically and scientifically and genetically made the logical conclusion based on all the evidence that I've submitted so far that the E1B1A is the founding lineage for the ancient Israelite nation, meaning Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob possessed this E1B1A. So yes, this is the bloodline of Shem, contrary to all the information that's out there saying the exact opposite. Okay, and I've already proven that. No one can dispute that. So with that said, let's get into it. Let's deal with this. I'm gonna bring this out because there's still a lot of stuff out there that's just not quite right or whatever. So all right, now we're gonna keep this simple. Okay, Jacob was a black man. He was a Negro. All right, I've already established that, so I don't have to beat that about your head or whatever. Jacob was a Negro. Okay, he possessed the E1B1A DNA haplotype that he passed on to all 12 of his Negro sons. Now, to hammer that point home, the 4 women that had his children were Leah, as you can see, Bilhah, Zilpah, and Rachel. All 4 of them were Hebrew Negro women. So a Negro man and a Negro woman is not going to have a Negro child in a Mexican or a Negro child in an Aborigine. I mean, come on, man. We need to get rid of all that. That's a bunch of foolishness. All those groups or those people, listen, stop it. Okay? Stop it. The 12 tribes of Israel are Negro. Bottom line. Okay? The 12 tribes of Israel today represent the E1B1A and all of its subgroups. That's Negroes and their seeds worldwide. Okay? So, with that said, it's simple. Like, for example, and I think I kind of touched on this a couple slides back, but Levi and Judah, matter of fact, Reuben, Levi, Judah, and Issachar were all born of Leah. So that means they had the same mother and father. Okay? So there's no way that a group of Indians are going to be from Reuben and a group of Mexicans are going to be from Issachar, and then you got Levi and Judah. You know, they're supposed to be Negroes. And come on, man, that's just foolishness. Okay, let's kill all that 12 tribe stuff. That's foolishness, and genetics will never support that. Okay, let's stop that. Let's kill that, man. That's just foolishness. Okay, they had the same mother and father. Okay, Leah didn't birth a Mexican. She didn't birth an Indian. She birthed 6 black children for Jacob. That's what she birthed. 6 Negro males. And let's just keep it 100. Let's keep it all the way funky, man. She birthed 6 young black babies for Yaqub. Okay, and that's just that. It's as simple as that. All right, so we can just kill all that, and I think I've presented enough genetic evidence about the not only the complexion but the race of the original Hebrew Israelites. So I don't want to beat this about your head ad nauseum. I really don't. But I think it's important to address this because, you know, there's, like I said, there's still a lot of misinformation out there, and these guys running around, you know, talking about this 12 tribe chart stuff, and it's just ridiculous. You know, you got brothers out there got Aborigines thinking that they're Israel, man. I mean, come on with the foolishness, man. This is just foolishness. Stop it, please, stop it. All right. I mean, even if your intentions are pure, okay, you have no right, you have no authority, you know, making people Israel or children of Israel that are not. It's as simple as genealogy, man. You have the bloodline or you don't. If you are not, the Negro is the key to Israel, period. If you do not have the Negro haplotype of E1B1A or any of its subgroups, you are not a Hebrew Israelite. Okay, and I'm moving on from that. But with all that said, and I want all of you to understand this, you need to get off this sort of racial or racist ideology about the 12 tribes of Israel and the descendants of the 12 tribes and all this race mixing stuff and all this. That's a bunch of foolishness. Okay, the 12 tribes or the descendants of the 12 tribes today, yes, it's going to be Negro, but it's going to be all colors of Negroes. You have to understand that. Okay, the Hebrews have laid seed with all different races since we were scattered all over the world. That's just the harsh reality. Okay, but if a black man, rather he looks like Tiger Woods or Blake Griffin, okay, if he has the E1B1A DNA haplotype or any of his subgroups, that man is a Hebrew Israelite. I don't care if he looks like a black Chinaman or a black Filipino, whatever it is. It's all about DNA. It's all about that genealogy. Okay, the fact is, the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel walking around today are all different shades of black people. Not black people and Indians, black people and Aborigines and all this different kind of stuff. Yes, the Puerto Ricans, the Dominicans, the Cubans, yes, they all have a percentage of Hebrew Israelites. Not all of them, but they do have percentages of Hebrew Israelites within their group. So let's kill all this whole racist thing. The 12 tribes, the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel walking around in the earth today are very mixed looking in terms of different shades of black. But make no mistake, it still boils down to the Negro, that E1B1A bloodline of Shem. So with that said, I'm going to run off a whole bunch of pictures and slides of what the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel look like today. And there you have it, my people. That is what the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel look like walking around the earth today. Very diverse looking mixture of black people. Bottom line. All right. We're moving on to the next segment. All right. Here is an addendum that I forgot to add on President Obama's Y DNA haplotype of EM35 or the E1B1B. And it clearly states, his father is from the Luo Nilotic from East Africa, Kenya. And it says that Nilotic people have been investigated in studies of both autosomal DNA and Y DNA and carry predominantly haplogroup E1B1B. Okay, and it goes on to tell you some of the groups that they've tested and got samples from the populations. The Maasai, as a matter of fact, if you remember, the Maasai is one of the Hamite or the Hamitic Canaanite bloodlines that I showed the DNA for. And when I proved that the E1B1B was actually the Hamitic bloodline. So I forgot to add this addendum, but I thought it was very interesting to kind of see Barack and his Hamitic people. He's from the bloodline of Ham, and he, like I said, he has no genetic ties to us, man. He is one of them. He's not one of us, which is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird, but hey, it is what it is, right? Okay, moving right along. Now, some of you may know who this brother is. This is Luol Deng. He played for many years with the Chicago Bulls, and now he plays with the Miami Heat. You know, pretty good basketball player too. Luol, he's a Hamite, and it's a trip because I actually knew that before I kind of researched him and found out that he's actually a Hamite. Um, and I don't know something about uh, that Ham bloodline. I just can tell someone from the bloodline of Ham. I don't know if that's a gift or what, but anyway, yeah, it says Deng was born in West Sudan, now South Sudan, a member of the Dinka ethnic group. And I don't know if you remember, but I actually showed some DNA data on the Dinka, and we have, I mean, zero genetic ties with that group. I mean, it's so clear, man. I mean, the people that we are not a part of in terms of bloodline, but you cannot tell more than half the world that they're just lost in the sauce, man. They look at us and they just kind of want to lump everyone together because oh, you're all black, African people, all this kind of stuff. But nah, it's not that simple, man. And we're not all the same people. But not to go on a tangent, but yeah, the brother right there, Luol Deng, he's a Hamitic brother, and he's doing his thing in the NBA. So shout out to Luol Deng.